had been developing a Black Panther video game for quite some time now, and apparently it wasn't going very well. We hadn't heard anything about it in a while, really no updates, and apparently it's just not worth it anymore for EA to keep going after this game. So they just decided, you know what, we're going to cut it loose, we're going to cancel this thing, and we're going to close the studio, and we're going to fire everybody who works there. I think this is the third set of layoffs just this year for EA, closing down yet another developer. But EA cancels Black Panther game and closes studio developing it. Cliffhanger Games was originally formed to handle the action-adventure game, one of several Marvel projects at EA. And I have to say, would I love a really cool Black Panther game? Yeah, that'd be awesome. I'd check it out if it looked cool. But I can't say that this feels like we're losing a whole lot here, because I really think that this thing was doomed for a while now, based on some of the people that they had working for them. If you remember, we did a video on this channel probably last year, year and a half ago, something like that, about the lead narrative director for this game. And it was an interesting choice. Well, that person no longer has a job now because of this. Black Panther game canceled by EA. Team included former Sweet Baby Inc. dev who bragged about not hiring white people. And yes, indeed, March 12th, 2004. I remember this article when we talked about it. Sweet Baby Inc. employee and current EA Marvel Black Panther narrative designer seen proudly bragging that previous title Validate had no white people on the dev team. Just imagine, just do an exercise, mental gymnastics, think about it for a second, create this hypothetical in your brain. Imagine I were the lead narrative director for a big budget video game that was being made. And, you know, for the last game I worked on, I went out there in public and I said, you know what? We're really proud that it's all white here. We only got whites. We only hire whites. We want a safe space. We don't want to hire any black people. We just want whites around here. Do you think I'd be able to get another job? Do you think it would work that way? I don't think so. Something tells me that it wouldn't go well for me. But this is what this person did. Cliffhanger Games, Danny Lalanders recounts her time working on Validate. Now, by the way, Validate was an insane woke virtual dating game. I mean, just look at some of the character designs. You can kind of understand what this game was. But listen to how proud she is about the racial makeup of her team.
21 right now for Validate. It's a pretty big team. It's a crazy big team for indie games. But who is your team? Validate has a team of mostly all people of color. We have no white people on our team. I did that because I wanted to create a safe environment. And I know the best way for an environment to be safe is to be around people who are just like me. And I'm not saying that white people in the industry are creating unsafe environments. I'm not saying that. That is not what I'm saying. I am saying that sometimes it is hard to work with white people because they think that something made okay, but it was really a microaggression.
You know what? White people probably don't want to work with you, just being real. But just imagine if the shoe were on the other foot for a second. And if a white game dev is saying this shit out there about not wanting to hire black people because it might create an unsafe space. Imagine the outrage. Yet it's perfectly fine in the game industry. And this is somebody that was the lead narrative director on Marvel's Black Panther game. Somebody who does have ties, former Sweet Baby Inc., stuff like that. So to me, it's no big loss that this game doesn't come to fruition. Would have been cool to get an actual good, awesome Black Panther game. But when you already know the deck is stacked against you and you have activists like this that you've put in leadership roles, I don't think a whole lot is lost other than their jobs, which to me, sorry, not sorry. That's the way it works.